Okay, so kind of back to the gaming point of things. As any kid from the 90s will tell you, you had two gaming choices. And I'm sorry if I keep looking this way, it's because that is where my TV is and the glare is very distracting. You had two choices in gaming, Nintendo or Sega. Sega's mascot was a blue blur by the name of Sonic the Hedgehog. And that little blue bastard robbed me of some of the greatest days of my youth. But all kidding aside, I was a Sega boy. That little guy, Sonic, he created, well, helped fuel the great console wars of the 1990s, which I fought on Sega's side. Well, played on Sega's side. Unfortunately, we lost in the long run of things. And it still smarts a bit, but who gives a shit? This is the Sonic the Hedgehog series review. Not the entire series. I'll try and knock one off at a time. For now, we're doing Sonic 1. Now, my Genesis has long since gone to the great gaming convention in the sky and has never been replaced. So, all my original cartridges are gone. Instead, I have Mega Collection Plus. Adequate. It suits my needs. So, in 1990s, Yuji Naka, and I am ashamed of myself for not remembering the other guy's name, pretty much they worked for Sega, and they pretty much wanted to answer Nintendo's overwhelming power was why did I almost say Naruto? Why is that on my mind? Anyway, Mario. And so they created Mr. Needlenose, aka Sonic. And it was released in 1991, I believe, was the first Sonic game. It was like June 21st or something, 1991. I only know this because I was born on June 3rd, 1991. So Sonic and me our birthdays are similar to each other. That was a great success, and they went on to create probably the best Genesis game ever, Sonic 2. Now, that's not saying Sonic 3 and Knuckles isn't good, but you need both games and the lock-on feature in order to even play that. So I don't count that. I count Sonic 3 and Sonic and Knuckles inferior to Sonic 2 unless they're locked on, which you need both cartridges to do. My experiences with Sonic 1 are very limited. I never really played it as much as 2. But I did play it. I played the hell out of it. I could never get all 6 special rings. Well, I could get the rings. I just couldn't get through the special stages. They made me nauseous. Oh, that cotton mouth right now. You know, Sonic, he's super fast. He doesn't, and he's going after the evil Dr. Ivo Robotnik, or Dr. Eggman, as he was known in Japan and has always been known. Unfortunately, here in America, we got renamed Ivo Robotnik, so it caused some confusion amongst the fandom. Oh well, who gives a shit? Moving on. And he's basically taking over, is it Self Island? I think it's Self Island. I don't remember the continuity. But he's basically captured all the robot animals and turned them into badniks. And it's up to Sonic to save them, collect the 6 Chaos Emeralds. Yes, 6, no 7, which means no Super Sonic. There's also no Spin Dash, which kind of pisses me off. But anyway, it was his job to do it and defeat Robotnik at every turn. And there are, how many zones were there? Green Hill, Marble Garden. I don't remember all the zones off the top of my head. But there are several zones. Yeah, I'm doing this completely blind because the mood just hit me. And, as I've said, Sonic the Hedgehog, that was my team. Screw Mario, Sonic was the way to go. And, again, I don't have much to say about Sonic 1. I have more to say about Sonic 2, Free and Knuckles, 3D Blast, Spinball, and you'll know from my rant how I feel about the blue blur. And I love him. I love him. I don't love the direction his franchise takes occasionally, but, it's so ingrained in my childhood that you can't not love Sonic. So this is the Mega Collection Plus. It has, I think, almost all the Game Gear games, all the Genesis games. If I still had my Gems collection, which I had to trade, I had to trade in because there was a game I wanted, and I didn't have the money, and I could still make some money off the Gems collection. So I sacrificed CD and the Saturn games for, I think it was like Dragon Ball Z Budokai 2. Oh well. Either way, which I'll do the Budokai series eventually too. Sonic 1, not as much to say about it as Sonic 2. Still a great game. You know, I know there's a lot more to say about Sonic's history, such as, you know, he was originally supposed to be an armadillo named Mighty, but he's kind of become his own character, which Sega kind of ignores. You know, if you watch Sonic shorts, him, Ray, and Bean are still in that bar, and I'm guessing Bark and